Hello, fair listener. Welcome and thank you for following our journey on metagaming by Rum Propelled Gaming. Fair warning, sometimes we are not safe for work, and others not safe for real life. Journey forth at your own risk. Now let's dive right back into Tarath through the campaign Alilopolis. At least in the sense that maybe you have access to a window now.
Oh, I love the fact that I have a window now. I am so stoked. Because there's like, it's like clerestory windows, sort of, but
Yeah.
like for a first, but it's only like for the first floor. So it's like clerestory windows, but only on a 12-foot wall.
I mean, that's
Um,
better than what it sounded like you were saying, because I can say,
oh yeah, I was in a basement before, essentially,
yeah.
and I got lucky and I have one of the desks by the windows, so I am extremely stoked about that.
Yeah, I remember you saying, and I've been in a couple buildings since then, too, where I'm just, like, coming out, and I was thinking to myself, like, man, it's more satisfying to be in a D&D dungeon than this building, like,
Right?
rather be in a freaking cave and zombies attacking me than stuck under, under, like, 14 feet of concrete. With
It was not fun, but we'll see once everybody's in the office, see like how it compares.
you get kind of used to it, because I do have a bit of an open office now.
Yeah, I mean, we had studio for 4 years,
Right.
so
I don't.
not too worried about it, but we'll see if like certain people start getting on my nerves.
I haven't been in where you guys work, Cassidy, but I feel like yours is an open office.
Now recording.
Fucking Craig.
Now recording.
Craig. Yeah, ours was always open, which I enjoy because we also had a ton of windows and we're on the 25th floor, so it's like there's no lack of light. I don't feel like I'm like
Yeah.
in the dark all the time.
Oh, we, yeah, we were literally like in the dark, and we didn't even turn on like both fluorescent lights because that was like too much fluorescent light.
Mm.
So like half of the room was like lit with fluorescent lights, and then like the other half of like the room hallway was dark, which was where all of our computers were.
Yeah, lots of fluorescent lights just makes you feel gross.
Yeah, so yeah, everyone like in my little row, like we're like, yep, we're gonna work in a half lit space because fluorescent lights suck.
Yeah, we're still not back in the office though, so they had a plan for like the end of September, but then like the new outbreaks of stuff happened and then they pushed that back and now there's no date. So
Yeah, ours was originally supposed to be June, but then like the new office space had like a bunch of problems with it because construction never finishes on time,
mhm.
and then with the outbreaks, and but now we have to be back.
It just keeps pushing back. I feel like it's never gonna happen.
Yeah, I wish that was the case, but our president is very old school, so
Yeah, I think the longer it pushes back, the more likely it is, though, too, because of the fact that those old school people will just have to adapt. Like, that's kind of what they've been forced
yeah,
into.
well, he kind of put his foot down and was like, "You're going back to the office."
Yep. Yep.
All right, you say so.
Well, it looks like Shea slash Sarah is going to be a little running behind still as per normal. So I was going to start with her, though, coming back in, and Olivia slash Mime did confirm they aren't going to be here, so Mime is going to be sleeping in, is my understanding of that. Which I don't see Mime up here, though Mime was with you guys earlier. Maybe she just didn't make it upstairs.
it shows her on the like long red couch for me.
Oh, she blended in. Even though she's green somehow. I don't know how I missed her. Anyways, you guys are kind of all waking up in the common room of this inn stories. And fires crackling, and somebody must have tended it during the night because it was been going out when you guys went up there, but you weren't aware of it, and nothing else seems perturbed in the room.
I'm still loading in. My computer's being a little wonky right now.
Oh, no worries. And to kind of recap what you guys were doing last time, you'd made it up the road toward Gargant after the loss of your companion Shea, who flew off the side of the mountain.
Oh, yeah.
And ran into some neophytes that Zeph tried to act cool about an Idril shot, and then started a quick bout of combat that ended in their deaths.
Oh, the cult thing.
Mm-hmm. And you buried them.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
Buried their ashes or something. You can't. I think it was. There was some burning in there from Thea because of previous fears and such. And buried them out by a tree at the intersection.
Oh yeah, we've been making a habit of not leaving bodies.
Burning the dead.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, you made it to the inn and met Tausk, who introduced themselves as the crazy cat lady, who you guys told stories to get entrance and get a free beer.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
So, what's going to be the game plan here?
Don't all talk at once.
So we're in Gargant, or we're on the edge of Gargant.
We were gonna go to the neophyte base.
Yeah, because we stole the capes, cloaks.
All right, well, then, where are we gonna go from? Like, do we know where we're going, or like?
What, you have enough going?
Yeah, I'm gonna go throw it in. I'll be right back, guys. 1 second.
I feel like we did ask someone for directions, but I don't specifically remember.
I think it's just. Isn't their base like? Didn't they take over Gargant? Isn't that where we're going?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was just up the like. Isn't it just the way that they had come down from? Like on that path?
Don't know. They were heading towards Tiddlywinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know how far or anything.
You remember, you've been traveling for about a day at this point, and that the Mayor Horst had said it is about 2 days hard ride north. So this would be the second day that you've been out traveling about. Well, technically, there was a bit of a detour with the mountain sage, and he'd said that was going to add time to the journey, but you guys seemed to think that was important because of the tree.
Oh yeah, because we need to figure out what happened to the tree. or figure out where it went.
Okay, do we have horses or
We left them. We left them at the end of the ice slide with somebody who was there.
Mm-mm. They're out front of the inn. You guys set them.
Oh, we brought them. Okay. My bad.
No worries.
I'm gonna take out my communication device and be like, Shea, can you hear me? Like tap on it.
That's all you hear.
Nothing, just crackling.
Yep.
Okay. Well, it sounds
We
like
really
she's.
should try to rescue Shea, huh?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a good plan to me.
Because she's also the one who knows Gargant.
Yeah. But that's where they're taking her, right? Was to Gargant? I thought.
Or did they want a ransom?
I don't think there was. I don't recall anything about anything about a ransom.
I wasn't sure if they like wanted something. Or if they were just threatening that we'll never see her again.
Yeah. I wonder if they know who she is, though. That's what I was thinking.
Do we know
Yeah,
who
'cause-
they are? Like, do we have any guesses on who they might be?
It was the neophytes, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to roll a memory on that one, because that was the last time that we'd played that happened. Oh,
Yeah, well,
it'd be
history.
Yep. I guess just for
16.
Nice, 16. So you remember not the neophytes necessarily in that? It was only said that he is the captain.
Oh, shit. But do I remember them saying they were going to Gargant? Because I thought I heard something about Gargant.
Don't know. You do not know that in particular. That wasn't anything that was said of that. The thing that you're remembering, though, it dawns on you, is the fact that the guard Ran, who'd met at the top of the guard tower there, said he'd seen her flying towards Gargant.
Right.
Out into the
That's
distance.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we said we were going to go kill everyone, but now I don't know if that's a good plan because we don't know how many people are there.
Right.
But I think we need to go that way either way and then come up
Yeah.
with a plan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down
Yeah.
for that.
Yep.
Okay. Does anyone have unfinished business in this inn?
Yes, breakfast.
That's
Okay.
fair.
Yeah, forget about breakfast.
I won't say no to some bread.
Only because we don't know how long, like, we don't know what we're going to get into.
Yeah.
That was just a long rest that we took, though, right?
Indeed, and that's why I squall you are level 6 if you did not do that.
Oh shit. Okay, my bad.
Oh snap.
Yeah, let me
I just was more so asking because I was down 5 hit points.
That too. So you guys are headed downstairs, I'm guessing?
Yeah, I am. No.
Yes.
Everybody else
Because
is-
it's morning.
Yeah.
You're quiet again there.
We ended and we went to bed, and now
Still really quiet.
it's not really quiet. Jeez. What is going on? Any better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. I don't know. That was weird. I didn't change anything.
Could have just been farther from your mouth too, if that was the case.
I moved it closer,
Oh, that is weird.
and
Then.
it didn't change anything.
So, you were saying you were headed downstairs then too, or?
Yeah, I was just confirming we ended, and we went to bed last night, and this morning.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, you went upstairs after having
Okay.
drinks at the bar.
So yeah, I'm gonna go downstairs for breakfast. I am hungry.
Squall?
Yeah, I'll go down as well.
Yeah, I don't know where the door is.
I got you. I didn't know if Gunther was coming with you, but I kind of assumed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anyone suspicious eating breakfast in the inn?
Suspicious, perhaps not, but as you come down the spiral stair at the top of the case, you kind of get an overview of the guests that have that are visiting the stories, the inn this morning, and you see Ran from the guard captain over here with another guard, it appears, of dwarven nature, actually. The storyteller at the front has changed out, but the one that you're familiar with, Talsk, is over by the fire. Even though they look almost identical, you can sort of tell just by the different colors of cats that they're holding. And then there are actually two cat people, Rakshasa, off to the corner, eating a large breakfast, it looks like. They are tiger people. They, to your understanding, they are not of this region. It is very weird to see them.
I shall walk over to Talsk
Mm-hmm.
and ask her if I can get breakfast and who I should order that from.
Ah, good morning, good morning. The, bar staff should be able to help you with an order, but if you'd come to tell another story, perhaps it can be for free.
That's okay. I'll just go to the bar. And I'll walk away. Walk
She just
to the
nods.
bar. No stories from Idril.
And
Yeah, I'm gonna go over to the bar as well.
the bartender standing behind the bar kind of nods at you guys. Gonna get you.
Breakfast, please.
I would like a large stack of pancakes, bacon, sausage, 4 eggs, and a tall glass of orange juice.
Well, that sounds doable. We can whip that up for you. That'll probably be simple copper.
Fantastic.
But you miss well, we've got some options for breakfast. What do you fancy?
What are your options?
Oh boy. Well, you probably haven't been completely informed. This inn is magical. We dabble in the fancies. So whatever you fancy. Pretty much.
Zeph, get me a smoothie.
What kind?
The weirdest one they have.
Can I get a really weird smoothie? And, some eggs and sausage and ale.
You see him at Idril's request, just kind of noting it, but at yours, he's kind of whips something out and starts taking a little bit of notes, and he's like, "Smoothie? How does one spell that? SMOOTH? I'll check with the cook.
Yeah.
See what we can do."
We're inventing the smoothie. Yeah, I don't go to the counter. I just like sit down at the table.
Okay. And is that gonna be all?
All of your bread as well.
Oh yeah.
All of it? That's gonna
All, yeah.
that's gonna be a
Mhm.
pretty penny. Probably like, I don't know. Turns back over here and he says, "How much bread we got?" "Oh, a fuck ton." "Yeah, we've got a fuck ton." That's
Zep's
it.
just gonna shout over and be like, Squall! How much bread?
A lot.
And he looks you over and he goes, "You could probably carry like a quarter fuck ton, maybe." And it's like, "All right, we're gonna. I think I can get you here. Is that all?"
Yes.
All right. And he goes into the back. You hear some clinging and clanging and some yelling back and forth as they seem to be helping each other. He sticks his head out and he's like, "It's gonna be a minute, so just hold on."
So I'm gonna fly up and perch myself onto the bar stool, or the bar, the actual
The counter?
bar. Yeah.
He comes out, Idril, first for you with a steaming pile of pancakes and sets down the plate with bacon and sausage next to it that he'd been holding. Was that
Okay.
all? Did I get that order correct?
Glass of orange juice, please.
Oh, yes. That's a little out of... And he goes over here, grabs an orange, like about 5 oranges from under there, and starts squeezing into a glass. And
Fantastic. I
Sit
start
down.
digging into my pancakes.
Runs back into the back, comes back out quickly enough to, with the 2 armfuls of bread. You count at least 25 to 30 loaves that he sets down kind of right in front of you, Zeph, next to these used mugs and such. And then
Yeah.
is that gonna do you? Because I was pretty much guessing that's about all you can carry. I mean, I don't know how your sack looks a little full already, so it's just my guess.
Oh, it's not for me. And I'm just gonna kind of motion over to Squall.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like,
That still, I mean, I could probably give you 5 more loaves if you want, but we gotta make sure that we're ready for that lunch rush, you know.
Yeah, just whatever you're comfortable giving him. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Alrighty. He runs back in the
I'm
back.
just gonna.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna hop off the bar counter and stand in between Adriel and Zeph.
I saw your like character token like start like bouncing back and forth, and I was like, is that him like happy dancing for bread? What?
Yes.
Comes back out. Puts down another ale in front of you and what you had requested, Zeph. And he kind of says, I'm still working on that smoothie. And the cook seemed quite bamboozled himself, but he seemed to be kind of running with it. Anything I should tell him before he goes off the walls crazy here?
Nope. Make it weird.
Alrighty. And he just goes into the back and hear a lot more clanging and bashing than you think should be necessary for a smoothie. And he comes out with a pitcher, kind of like a pouring pitcher, and sits it down next to you too, with frothing, foaming liquid on the inside that he sets down.
What color is it?
The foam that you can see is an off seafoam green.
Perfect.
Oh, is it a spinach smoothie?
I'm gonna pick it up and like kind of give it a sniff. What does it smell like?
It smells surprisingly sweet with a faint smell and of like a hoppy beer.
Nice. I'm gonna pick it up and just set it down on this table here where Thea's at.
So it smells like alcohol.
No, it smells just like the hops from
Okay.
the alcohol.
All right, I'll drink it.
I told him to make it weird. Here you go.
And it's green. It's perfect. I drink it. Am I poisoned?
Am I
Immediate.
No, you get hints and tastes and flavors that are kind of all around surprising. At first, you get fruit and almost a strawberry berry flavor, and then coming in through some chunks that are inside of it, you get almost a savory meat flavor. And then at the nearest bottom is actually even thicker, that starting to taste almost like a savory broth, like a soup broth.
What in the?
Guys,
It's like the fucking Willy Wonka gum in smoothie form. Like the more you chew, it goes through the courses of a meal.
I was just
No.
gonna say, I got all my meals right here. I'm good to
Yeah,
go.
that smoothie just turned into the first ever meal replacement shake.
Got my protein, got my chunks. I give a chunk to Gunther. Does anyone want to try this?
Yeah, I'll try it.
Sticking with my bread.
Here, I saved some chunkies for you.
Oh, thanks. You want some eggs to go with it? I
yeah,
got
just
some eggs.
crack them in there.
No, they're scrambled.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just-
should probably also eat something.
They're
I'll share my scrambled eggs and sausage with Thea.
okay.
And drink the chunky milkshake. Or smoothie, I mean.
I stir the smoothie with the sausage.
Oh!
That sounds pretty good, actually.
No.
I'm gonna grab a loaf of bread off the counter and break a piece off and start dipping it into the smoothie.
Yeah, it's like dipping a fry in a Frosty. It'll be
Yeah.
great.
Now I want to dip a
Suddenly
sausage in a
hungry.
Frosty.
I would do it.
Well, hi, Sarah. I don't know when you came into this, but welcome.
Hey, there was something about a smoothie. So,
Just know it's not too late to turn around and run.
I mean, really, I was like, no one has noticed me. I could just pop right in. No one know.
Too late now. You have to at least
It's-
acknowledge.
It's fine.
It's the only thing we've accomplished so far, so.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I figured I'd start off soft because I was trying to wait until you were getting here too, because I figured we'd start with you and what happened as you flew off the side of the mountain.
Yes. Sorry about that. I just Tuesdays always seem to kind of be the worst at work. So
Oh, no worries.
I walked in the door and I shoved 2 pre-made burgers into my mouth hole and just opened my computer.
Yes.
I wasn't too far off from you. I cooked some burgers and mushrooms and threw lettuce on it and
Yeah.
put it on a toasted bun. But
See, that sounds lovely. Thankfully, I stole some leftovers from yesterday, so they were not heated, they were cold, but they were sustenance, so.
yeah, that's fair. I mean, I would have gone for leftovers too, but I did luck out. I got here not too long after work, probably like 5:30, almost 6 o'clock. So, what you experienced flying off of the cliff is what I was going to explain to you. Not everybody else is party to this, obviously, but you were on Thea's back, kind of grumpily riding along, not ready to meet your fate, as it were, because of the fact that you had been met in your dreams by the goddess Zenith, actually, and asked to be her pupil, and you kind of grudgingly accepted, is what what I'm thinking there. Because she'd said your other option was Zeus, who seems to be kind of circling around you right now, and he's a bit of a dick.
Okay.
And so I think, like I'd said, you'd kind of grudgingly accepted, and as you were flying through you're flying down the side of the mountain on top of Thea, who had shapeshifted into a blink dog for you to ride. You'd hit a turn a little too hard, flew off of her back, and the goddess kind of met you in your thoughts again, and you're like, ah, fucking, what do you want now? And she's like, well, I was trying to save your life, you know. She suggests that you try your breath weapon as well as in combination with the sword, and leaning into the fact that you can use your will to shape the sword however you want. And you kind of use it to coast along and like projectile lightning, basically, to kind of slow your descent as you went off into the distance. And you seen a lake that you were familiar with off in the distance. You kind of aimed for it. It's the I'm gonna have to refresh my memory now to the name of the lake. But you landed in it softly, as well as at the same time you'd seen your brother coming through the air on a magic carpet. You're like, what the fuck am I seeing now? And you land in the lake.
Okay. I have a brother.
Yeah, remember, you have two brothers.
Okay. Oh, I do have two brothers. It's been so long. Okay. Julio, so is that a trick that I can now do? Is like a lightning-esque slow fall?
Yeah.
Or is that just a one-time? Okay.
I would say that you have feather fall in the form of lightning, basically.
Okay, cool. Very cool.
But the lake you landed in is Mirror Lake. I did forget to update everybody's map, but it's also partially because I figured that these maps are getting filled in as you guys are going. Because you were handed a new map when you were in Titty Sprinkles, and it didn't have some of this information on it either. But this leads many pathways open in the future too, obviously. So, you know, the world is your oyster and all.
Okay.
And
Oh. Ooh. Sorry, I was trying to put the spell in real quick. And it won't let me because I'm technically not allowed to know it. That doesn't make sense.
Is this... Sorry, go ahead.
This is technically happening like the day before.
Okay, I was gonna say, did we go like back in the timeline? Not
Yeah.
that we know this, but yeah. Okay.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna have to write this in my notes.
It'll be in the recap some too. I've written it down somewhat.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out like the best way for me to kind of like see it and actually use it. If that makes sense.
All the spell.
Yeah.
You'll have to kind of remember too, obviously, that you have it. You know, like any other spell. Like it's, if you don't remember and you're falling through space and you on the ground, you forgot to use your spell. I don't know. But
well, yeah, but I'm also not Shea Gargant, and I definitely rely heavily on my my sheet, and I'm having a hard time. I just want to write this down. This is the stupidest thing! Oh my god, backstory. I'm just gonna put it in fucking backstory. I now have Featherfall.
Okay.
Figure this out later. Sorry.
Sorry, you cut out there?
Nope, I am just talking to myself.
Okay.
Okay, so I fall in this water, right? And so I start swimming out, and I see a younger brother.
Yep.
Who is a flying carpet, or
He's
on the flying?
Yeah, I'll move him off of it so you can kind of get a visual. But he's a red dragon, actually. You know, because oddities and the bloodline and all. But
Okay.
he was sitting on a flying carpet that lands kind of in front of you and said, "I thought that was you, Shea."
Yeah, I thought that was you too. What you doing here, Brosiv?
I was coming to find you, actually.
Okay, well, you found me.
Yeah, you've been gone for quite a while. I was hoping I'd heard rumors that you were in the southern parts of our kingdom in Titty Sprinkles.
Yes,
there was actually
I was.
a weird bird that came to find us and told us about you.
Oh, perfect. I'm glad that happened. Yes, how is Gargant?
Terrible.
We're currently on our quest to save it in the best of our ability.
Oh, it's fucking horrible. We're pretty much like, I'm going to have to come up with some way to make these magic carpets carry fucking camels and shit. I don't know. The trade system's all sorts of fucked. We've been basically, brain's not working. The word for like entrenched that I've been saying since forever now, that they're like, nobody can get in or out of the city, basically.
What's holding you guys?
Oh, a ground unit from these neophytes. They've set up camp, actually, outside of the city walls and won't let anybody through. There's been rumors of anybody coming close to, if they're invisible range in height, they'll get shot down even, or if they're merchants, which is the worst of the worst, they'll just slaughter your entire family and take all your goods.
So how'd you get out?
I flew really high.
Okay, so you like basically flew up and then did, flew above the clouds and performed a sneak.
That would be about right there, little sis. Oh no, wait, no, older sis.
Big sis.
Big
Easy
sis.
there, bud.
Well, you haven't been eating, I can tell. You need to be bulking up there. He kind of slaps his hands.
Easy there. I'm doing enough. Just kind of like shakes him off. So there's things attacking your city, because last time I left it, it was like this dark sickness that was taking over the city. Is that still happening? I mean, what the hell? There's so much going on right now.
Yeah, there really is. You've got a good point when you're talking and bringing that up. We'd found some ways to stave it off. You may have heard some about burning bodies and the decree that was from that. We'd noticed the people coming back were kind of spreading it, as well as that your message helped completely stop any new cases, which were far and fewer between, but now are not at all existent, it seems like. So Father sent me down here to find you, to see if there were any other developments from your guys' sides of things. It sounds like you're with a crew of something too, that maybe can help with our situation.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly. Do you need any more boon water?
No, it seems like we'd been able to work it through the viaducts and it transferred to all the springs and wells throughout the city.
Okay, good. So it sounds like we could potentially intercept the city if we fly really high and dive down into the city. Am I hearing you right, Brosive?
That is about how I'd accomplished what I've done. And as he's talking, though, there is a large flying figure above you guys. He's like, oh, fuck, what the fuck? And landing right behind him is a sphinx that stretches their wings out, and her bare breasts are out with the lion feet and claws of a such. And so the body of a lion, upper torso of a woman with eagle wings lands behind him. And says, well, hello, Gargantian.
Who are you?
I'm here to fuck shit up. And
I don't think that's going to happen.
And
And
as soon as you're saying all of that, though,
no, I wanted to do a surprise attack.
you guys
Damn it.
just
Okay.
let me see here if I can do this right. I have to get it like weirdly. You guys appear in like a stone pentagon in a room that's like all stone all around you, and there's a point up in the top. So it looks like the inside of an obelisk that you're familiar with too. And what also
I seem
happens
to be entrapped in a little box.
in that too is you look down and you're pretty much you're trapped in a stone little box. In the process of that too, you realize that your necklace is still there, and you hear your friends talking to you, and you grab onto it as you feel it starting to pull away from you, and the torque around your neck, and you're trying to talk to it as it seems like another part of it is ripped off into another place, as if it were partially teleporting with you, and it snaps in half as you are only able to tell your friends, somebody has taken me! I think it's the neophytes! Because that's what you had experienced in the past too, is that the neophytes were, you don't know who they were exactly, obviously, and you're imprisoned inside of this magical prison with your brother. If I can get him over there.
The rug. Is the rug with us?
Yes, the rug is with you.
I just really love how, and I don't think any of you else see this, but like, just the rug is showing, not
Your brother's
the
a rug.
dragon. So the rug just has brosive underneath it, and it makes me really happy.
Your rug is a rug. Your rug is a rug.
Yep.
Ah, shit. So, yep, you guys are inside of this like stone prison that you can't quite get out of. That seems that anything that you've attempted to, the stone is returned back at you or just absorbed.
Okay. And then just for your knowledge is, I guess Shea will just say this, that Shea calls this brother Brosive and the other brother. So we'll just go with that. I don't think I have any names for them.
No, you did not. I was going to ask you, but I know things have been crazy, so I was just going to let you pick whatever you felt like on the spot.
We'll say his name is Gerard. Gerard, and then the other brother is Jenny.
Okay.
Jenny. That's not the right word. What am I thinking of?
You can think some more, because you can tell that you can't really tell time passing inside of the stone either. There's no light, really. But
Okay.
you can.
So it's a complete enclosed cell. So there's nothing above us.
There's stone above you.
Okay. Yay.
And you could talk to your brother, because technically that's still all happening while you guys had been doing your stuff. But I was gonna go back over to Idril, Theazeph, and Squall. What are you guys doing back in this bar while she is thinking about her decisions?
I just had a really weird vision of Shea. We're probably done playing with our food now. So I think I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I am too. Sorry, my
Yeah.
screen froze.
Me too.
Okay, we're going north up the path where those people came from. But I guess we're going on horseback. And is Mime coming with us, or?
Maybe we should leave her a note if she's still sleeping.
Yeah, maybe just like tell the barkeep to tell her like where we went.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Sweet.
So I'm assuming that's what you tell the barkeep. That you're going
Yeah.
north and leaving the bar.
Yeah, we leave specific directions about where we're headed.
What are those specific directions?
We're headed north for a day's ride. Do I know anything more specific than that? We have a map, right?
Yeah, so you could consult the map. I
Okay.
mean,
Okay.
and kind of point on the map or something to him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming you do that then.
Yes.
Okay. I'd say you're headed towards Gargant. She should already know this kind of deal. She can catch up in the evening if she by themselves. They have the draft horse. That's your theory, anyways. I'm guessing too. Or the war horse, because I can't remember who had what horse. I know Squall had Meredith.
One horse with a name on it.
Yep,
The
Meredith.
war horse.
Mime had the biggest horse. I don't know which one that was.
Mime had the draft horse. I think Idril had the war horse.
Yeah.
Yep.
Squall had Meredith. I had horse number 3.
And
Ike's in the kitchen making himself a pizza right now, and he just from the kitchen just shouted across the house, "Nobody touches my Meredith."
as you guys are kind of haltering and bridling up your horses, go ahead and make your way over there so you can kind of grab them at the same time. Then I can grab you all. But you're visibly seeing through the trees towards the path that you came from, through the trees in this general direction, 4 or 5 more cultist neophytes that were coming down, like I'd said, and a tree starts to move as they're marching past and just smashes them all. Just splat, basically.
What? Do
Was
I
that
see
here?
this?
Was that over here?
I'm sorry, I've got a couple of other windows open. Give me a sec. That was behind the horses, like from their butts through the trees, like over here.
Do I see that happen?
Yeah, you guys seen bits of it happen basically through the trees. But you get the
Okay,
gist.
because the map's not letting me see behind the horses.
Oh no, you shouldn't be able to, because
Oh,
theoretically
okay.
there is a good bit of brush there, but you kind of can see through it. You know what I mean? Like brush
Oh,
that you wouldn't
gotcha.
walk through, but you can kind of sort of see through it.
Okay.
I love trees.
Trees are good.
So I guess the tree catches my eye. And I turn around to try to take a closer look. To see if I can see what's going on and like understand what's happening.
Oh, so you're taking a look at the tree that moved.
Yeah.
Roll a nature check for me. That'd be over here where Thea is. Thea's found it somehow.
Okay. Do-do.
I love a tree. I'm just like touching it.
You hear a slight...
Is it purring?
Yes.
What's happening?
Yes.
Yes.
Nero, stop. Did my nature check come through?
I do not see anything.
Okay, let me try again.
The tree
Nature.
broken, or did it actually move? Did it fall over and like?
Oh no,
It's
it's still
damaged?
together. There is a bit of branches that looks like where it had smacked the cultist that is dripping with blood currently, though.
Nice work.
Their blood.
Oh my god, sorry.
You're alright.
No, Nero's being
Nero?
fucking obnoxious. Yes. It doesn't help I was gone all weekend. Does that go through?
Not in Astral. It doesn't look like. Are you rolling it in D&D Beyond? Because I can pull up that too.
No. No. I don't have Vigil in D&D Beyond.
Ooh. Yeah, you don't. It's
I've
not in this campaign.
clicked on the nature thing and I've also sent like a D20 die through. Maybe I'll try Xing out and logging back in again.
Does anybody else see it in the chat? Is it just me? Okay.
I don't
No.
see anything.
Yeah, same here.
Alright, let me... Well, in the meantime, pull out the real dice.
So
Natural one.
you're like, well, fuck. I should know something about this, but, fuck. Brain fart.
Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, that's an interesting tree.
It's
You walk towards it and then forget why you were going there.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like when I walk into the kitchen.
Yeah, I like reach the tree and I'm like,
Why was I walking over to this tree?
what was I doing again?
Guys, aren't we supposed to go to Gargant?
And then I just like, and I just turn. I'm like, oh hey Thea.
Hey, you look confused.
Yeah, I kind of forget why I came over here.
Well, this tree is purring.
Oh, it's purring.
Mm-hmm.
I like step up to it and I just whisper very softly, like as if I'm whispering in someone's ear, but I'm like whispering into the bark. I'm just like, hello there.
And you hear the wind, it sounds like, pick up, and a bit of a creaking low.
What is your name?
I'm known as the Wily One. You might translate the noise as whoosh. And two branches snap at the noise.
Okay. Alright. Hello. My name is Idril.
It is nice to meet you.
Do you need help taking care of the nefarious beings that are wandering around?
I am at Talsk's behest guarding the pass.
Who's best?
The storyteller of stories.
Oh, Talsk. Okay. Sorry, I didn't. I was more asking out of character.
You're alright, you're right. I'm making characters sound more like noises than actual names at this point, so.
Yeah. Okay, so you said he said he's at Talsk's behest,
Mm-hmm.
guarding the path.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where does this path lead?
And you see a larger portion, almost hand-shaped, of the branches come out and point back towards the inn that you were at. And in the evening's light, you hadn't noticed before, but the tops of the inn is actually merging with a larger tree that's growing off of the back of the inn, it looks like. But that the inn isn't inside of this tree. It's like it's butted right up against it.
Yeah, it's like around it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Continue doing what you do best, and have a great rest of your day. Then I walk away.
I just like watched all of that happen and just like the most impressed. I get up and follow.
I walk back to my horse.
I'm just sitting here on my horse on the path, like, are these people talking to a fucking tree?
So are you guys heading out, riding over the corpses of these guys here? I love seeing
Yes.
you
Go
guys
ahead.
move, particularly Zeph, because you've mastered the horse riding, it looks like.
Yeah.
All right.
Was I riding Gunther? Is that what was
I
happening?
don't think so. You were actually riding the horse
Oh.
of your choosing, which maybe
I don't
you
see
were.
another horse other than Meredith.
Hmm.
The
I don't think
warhorse
she-
is here.
Took a horse because she came later and flew off and then just transformed into a blink dog to track us.
You did, but there was another horse that was with you guys. I think I just may have forgot to grab it because it was probably also only named horse and looked exactly
Oh,
like
right.
Zeph's. So that could be it too. But I'm assuming you guys are kind of headed off north altogether. So I was just getting you guys together to somewhat so I can grab you and drop you. And you're coming up the path. It's probably only about midday lunchtime. You're kind of slowing down, looking in your sacks to see what you can snack on. And you see an obelisk forming in front of you of a pentagon shape.
How far away does it look?
Getting you there now.
When we get kind of close, I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace on everyone, but that only lasts an hour, so, like, I'm gonna judge the distance accordingly.
Is that another warhorse? No, it's the same warhorse. Ah, screw it. There's this button. Oh, it even added a dune. That's hilarious.
Adune just teleported onto this path.
Me and Thea, the warhorse, and Zabib are like on the other
Way.
side of the map, I think.
What?
And Adune.
You guys did get teleported through like a wall of sorts, which is actually more of a cliff face. Boom.
Okay.
And I did move Shea outside of it too, it looks like. It's hard when there's a lot of people to kind of grab, but that I thought that button would make some sense. Especially with the horses. I was like, which horse is whose? Ah, screw it. Everybody's going here. Because then that maybe shows your horse. Oh, no, wait. That didn't work either because you didn't claim a horse like that. when we were there. I just kind of gave you that one, which I have to go back to that map and then probably give to you. That's what it is. Okay. But yes, so you were probably about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, probably like 200 feet away from the obelisk right now. That you see coming up the path as you guys were slowing down.
Okay, I'm casting Pass Without a Trace on everyone that's within 30 feet of me. So we can be quiet if we want to.
Okay. Within 30 feet of you.
Mm-hmm.
That is huge, man.
Yeah.
Invisible everywhere.
For an hour, though, so we just need to figure out what we want to do.
So I'm assuming from everybody's perspective too, a veil of shadow of silence. You guys are just riding along, and then you look over to your companions, and it's just nothing there right now. There's just kind of the outlines of what used to be, and it's an oily, almost vision of your companion before they fade into the background that you don't see there, and you guys are like, "What the fuck? Wait a second." Thea,
Ooh,
thanks.
I'm a ghost.
I think.
What?
And yep. So you guys are walking up this path, and when you get closer, it looks like Idril, you're close enough to see now. Nope, not quite. Thea almost is too.
I still mostly see a Dune.
You link your character and horse again.
Yeah, I've got to get her horse over here still. I was going to another map
If
to do it.
If you highlight one of your characters, like either yourself or the horse, and then press and hold control and click on the second person, it'll highlight both of them, and then if you let go of control, it like binds them together. And then you can either click and drag, like if you do that, or you can use the arrow keys. And for some reason, last map, I was able to get, like, my person put, like, on top of the horse, like I was riding it, but now it just keeps putting me under the horse.
That just happens because on my screen, you're actually on top of the horse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's not a perfect science, but I figured it made sense from a travel standpoint that you guys kind of just rush through certain areas and then you slow down for other areas like this, because it's obviously a road of choice too. There's kind of like 3 paths right now. There's one that's going off to the right, which you kind of assume this is the juncture that you'd seen on the map that goes off to the right towards Gargant, more towards now the east, because you're going still headed straight north currently.
See a chicken.
And the chicken that is named Cat and standing in front of you, oddly enough, you remember from the boat of a Dune. That no one talked to.
Don't remember that.
I think it was in your room too, Thea. Either that or
Oh,
Idril's.
yeah.
Oh, yep, see? There it clicked on you, then I knew it was... I wasn't remembering wrong.
I think eventually it ended up with Squall because...
Yeah, I think at one point it was in Mime's room, too. Because we were like, oh, you're the captain, so you should have the chicken.
Named Cat.
Ike, you're not coming through the headsets.
Oh, my bad. Brandon.
He's sitting here going, I like chickens. And then he was like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, none of that.
But it is just sitting at the bottom of this stone pyramid-shaped obelisk.
Is there a door on the obelisk?
It seems like it's solid stone.
Squall, you want to speak bird language with this creature? No?
Wait, what's up?
Do you want to communicate with your brother and bird?
Yeah, sorry about that. My headset's been cutting in and out today. Can I? How well is this gonna work? Because I did the controls thing. Oh, yep. Okay. How do I unclick the horse?
Hit press and hold control and click on the horse again.
Or you can just click off to the side, I think. Like with
Oh,
the
okay,
mouse.
sweet. Alright. Okay, yeah, then I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals
Mm-hmm.
and see what the chicken has to say.
How do you greet him?
Um,
And that was a general neutral M. Anyways.
what's a chicken doing here? You look kinda, maybe a little familiar.
Okay. And he goes, damn straight. I was part of the crew. Then Adune just kind of upped and poofed.
Well, I remember a chicken. Didn't know you're part of the crew.
I'm not a chicken. I'm a cat.
Okay. I'll let you have that one. You look like a chicken to me, so I can only perceive you as what I see, so my bad.
I'd figured
How
a
did you
fellow bird would understand I'm a chicken.
Sure. Yeah. Well, we can go with that. How did you end up here? Like, of all places?
Oh, I can go through realms, don't you know? Birds. And he kind of just waddles over and pecks at a certain point on the side of this obelisk and says, "Better hurry! I think she's running out of air."
Who's running out of air?
Your companion. Your lost companion. And he pecks the obelisk. Peck, 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 peck.
Guys, I think this cat wants us to come over here. Said they're running out of air. And he said something about being able to move through realms. So this might be one of those weird things.
Cat. I'm gonna hop down off of my horse and walk over.
It says it's a
a
cat.
chicken.
I know that.
Do you? Because you just called it a cat.
I think I know my birds. It says it's a cat, and it can it's a cat. It's just let it do its thing. We'll figure it out later. But I think we need to check out whatever this thing's pecking at.
Can it change realms into the obelisk?
I think. But it seems like we should probably investigate this before it's too late.
I cast Detect Magic, which I guess means that Cast Without a Trace goes away.
Okay. I'm assuming too that it happened too when Squall was talking to the cat chicken. Otherwise, the cat chicken wouldn't really see him. But he kind of walked up to it and started talking, and it recognized you presumably too. Beyond the chicken that is weirdly multicolored, like feathers that you're seeing now, as opposed to it's just red hewn feathers with a it's gobbler and top plumage and such, but now it's kind of weirdly colored, and it the obelisk itself seems almost to be an oily black, in this vision. It doesn't even shine. It kind of absorbs light, it looks like.
Is black a color I need to know, or is it just
It's not
badness?
It's not something you're familiar with.
Okay. I'm gonna go around the back.
And as you do, you see a statue of a sphinx laying facing the obelisk, and 3 gargoyles that obviously do not belong here. The sphinx almost seems placed, the gargoyles not so much.
Any of them, like, moving?
None of them are moving. They're all statuesque currently.
Okay. Are they showing magic?
Different sorts, but more or less, gotta get out of this view. Scrolling. Loading. A green color that is faintly coming off of them, which is conjuration for your reference, that you are familiar with. It is a green color that you know.
Conjuration. Okay. I'm gonna whisper back and be like, there's more gargoyles. Squall, are these like the same kinds that were chasing you?
Oh, hang on.
You can roll a history check
Yeah.
if you get to viewing them. I'm assuming you're kind of flapping over to Thea to see what she's talking about. Okay, so you're looking at them and you're going, they don't have the kind of same markings at all. They are of the same kind of like make and model that we fought before, if you will, but they're definitely not of Ogramach. Not, definitely not.
Okay. Yeah. So they're not with Ogramach, but they are gargoyles. So they're just not the ones we fought.
Do we know if well-intentioned gargoyles exist?
Well, I don't know. No, well, to me, a gargoyle is a bad gargoyle. So take that for what you will, but me and my people despise gargoyles. So,
Shea, if you're
would
there,
you talk to them?
roll a perception check for me. Just
Okay.
We may be in for a fight then.
It's
That's
possible.
you say 10?
19.
Oh, damn. You hear kind of these faint talking sounds, and you're like, am I hallucinating? Sounds like my friends. And you've been stuck in here for about, you can guesstimate at least, it seems about pretty much a day on the nose, because you're pretty thirsty. You've had a good conversation with your brother, and you've laid down for an evening to sleep.
Okay. Brother.
Yeah, yes.
Do you hear that?
I was sleeping. Give me a minute. And he rubs his eyes.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I heard somebody, and I mean, at this point, if it's a bad person, then we'll just fight them and we'll kill them. So I think I'm gonna, Harry, Harry, and Shea shouts.
Everyone else roll perception.
Alright.
Nat 1.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I didn't do too much better.
Shit.
A 10.
24.
24, Thea. Okay. So, you still technically have Gunther also, Thea, if you needed to do anything more than a 24, but you definitely hear... It sounds almost like somebody's coming from a well from really far away, but you're like, I think that's Shea's voice. Everybody else just hears the muffled noises of the background and some birds and some wind, but nothing else really, including yourself, Idril, with that 10.
So she is definitely in there, but I think if we start yelling, we're gonna have gargoyles up in our business. So how do you guys want to? We just take them out? What do you think?
What if is it possible for, like, Squall, could you ask the chicken cat to, if they're able to, like, teleport in there and get Shea and teleport out?
I can try. I'm gonna get over to the cat and ask him, so, Cat, I don't know your name, I'm Squall, but is there possibly any way you could go help? Do I know, like, does Squall know that the individual the cat is talking about is in fact Shea?
That was a little confusing. What do you mean? Thea?
So it just said that when I first started talking to the cat, all the cat said was they're running out of air.
Yeah.
And didn't they say it was our missing party member?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, you also, Thea just said, I think she is down there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I'm just gonna ask the cat, like, hey, is there any possible way you could go help Shea?
The cat goes, the missing companion?
Yes.
Squawk! Well, okay. I could probably... On one condition, I get a Dune back. And access.
As in, like, you want just back on the ship?
Yes. We were friends.
I think I can make that happen. So.
Alright.
Alright.
Cool? You cool?
Right. Yeah.
I'm cool.
Peck.
You cool?
And
Go help Shea then.
The chicken pops out of existence for you, and Shea, you see you feel rather a chicken kind of on your shoulder.
Okay.
It starts pecking at you
Hello.
and kind of grabs onto your shoulder, and
Okay.
before you say anything to anybody, your brother or his rug are outside of the obelisk.
Wait. What the? Brother! Brosen! Can you hear me? Brosen! And she's like hitting the ground. What'd you just do? Get me out of... Get... Oh my god, I just wrote down their names too. I'm the worst. Get Donna out of there!
Who?
Donna. Jesus Christ, Sarah. Donar.
Donar. Okay.
I texted you all their names.
Oh, my bad. I was. Gotcha. I thought you'd said Gerard earlier, so that's two where I was going off of, and then I was like, maybe that's the name of the rug?
No. I want the rug! Forget my brother!
So, the cat just... chicken, rather, to your perspective. And Squall, you heard, and Zeph heard, obviously, too, what she is talking about as she's kind of pounding ludicrously at the side of this. And there is a sound of almost what is a landslide in the distance. Just... Everyone roll initiative.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Sorry, guys. I had to.
Oh, no, oh, he said initiative. Snap. Alright, cool.
A whole 6. I am rolling like garbage tonight.
Ooh.
So, still better than the freaking gargoyles for whatever reason. At least 2 of them. Thea and Shea. Add from party. Ah, bollocks. Did that thing again. I guess the horses should be in there too, so I guess that sort of works out. Dune rolled a -1. Anyways, so it would be the Sphinx's turn, it looks like, first. That kind of... Thea, what you see is the statuesque forms from your side of the obelisk all breaking out of their almost shell-like forms. The gargoyles, rather, they just kind of loosen their joints, if you will. And then the Sphinx kind of breaks out of the shell and alights on top of the obelisk. Oops, I grabbed all of them there. It's like this. And just screeches / yells. I don't quite know what the... Yeah! And says... Neophyte's contract will be null and void if she escapes. And let's see what else she does. She kind of picks up one of her paws and waves it, and the obelisk seems to start to melt under her as she picks up and starts flapping in the air right there. This is, by the way, what's standing on top of the obelisk in front of you guys. If you've seen that I put on top of you all. Or to the side now.
Ooh.
And the obelisk is slowly melting from the top, visibly. That's what is happening right now. But then it is Squall's turn.
Alrighty.
Looks like. Unless, make sure that I have everybody's initiative in there, I think. If I miss anybody, let me know. Or got it wrong. She has got a 6. That's not in there. That's a 4. And Gunther is 16. But I still think that leaves you as first. That's
All
in
right.
there.
Hmm.
Small.
All right. I am.
Oh my god.
That's fine. I'm gonna fly over here. Use 20 of my movement. And then I'm going to like fly up another like 20 feet in the air. So that'll be it for my movement. And just go for Eldritch Blast on the Sphinx. Both beams on her. First one's an 18 to hit.
Just bringing her back up. That hits.
Cool. Alright, second beam. 25. So I know that one hits.
Yep, absolutely.
Alright, rolling for damage. Uh, 22 damage altogether. And then that ends my turn.
I gotta turn on these health bars.
Undi. That did a nice little chunk.
A little bit.
Not. Yeah, and then that ends my turn.
All right. For some reason, it keeps closing that. Then it's. Oh, I've got to start combat too. That's the other thing that would make that helpful, Josh. The gargoyle in the back, farthest away from you guys, shifts up, flings himself into the air, and flaps over straight towards the Sphinx and starts attacking it. The claws miss, but the bite hits. Bites it on the back of its neck. And just for a little bit. Kind of is a little bit of an air battle going on top of this obelisk, basically. But then it is horse number 3.
Whose horse is that?
I think that's Zex.
Yeah, it's my horse. It'll probably just pass its turn because I don't really know what I could tell it to do right now with everything being on top of this thing.
Yeah. Then it would be Thea's horse, horse number 6.
Horse number 6 sees the melting obelisk and gets spooked and runs in the opposite direction. Yep.
And it'd be Gunther's turn.
So the Sphinx and the Gargoyle are both like several dozen feet up in the air, or where is their position in space?
They are at least 30 to 40 feet up in the air right now. Somewhere in that range. You can tell. You can see them visibly. I mean, the wingspan is unmistakable, and they're still a massive beast up in the air. The gargoyle is a little bit harder to differentiate because they're kind of like they're almost one being currently because they're like struggling between each other.
Well, Gunther's a ground creature, so he's just gonna stand at the base, and you know, like when a dog like trees a squirrel, he's just gonna stand there and like bark and like scratch at the obelisk. and do nothing helpful.
Okay. Don't forget talk is a free action, but then it would be your turn, Thea, if Gunther's was done.
Yeah. I haven't thought about my turns, so let me...
Yeah, you had 3 turns in a row, so I understand.
Yeah. Switch back to me. Okay. All right. I'm going to cast a spell. It's a big one. Hold on. I'm going to cast Call Lightning, and it's a cylinder that I can put up in the air, and it has a 60-foot radius. But I'm gonna like move the radius back so that like it's hitting the Sphinx and the gargoyles.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
$15 is the save.
Okay, so the Sphinx definitely does not make it. And the gargoyle does. That kind of is fitting. So the gargoyle kind of senses the situation and just flaps one square backwards. And the Sphinx, befuddled, looks up and it gets struck by this. You're rolling damage, I'm assuming?
Yeah, the Sphinx takes all the damage and the gargoyle takes half. So the Sphinx takes 14 and the gargoyle takes 7.
Okay.
And that's it. That's my turn.
Okay, then it would be Idril's. What you'd seen visibly too from your strike was the Sphinx just getting kind of struck by this bolt of lightning coming down from the sky, and the shrapnel of that lightning just kind of arcing over to the gargoyle.
See, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. I'm going to attempt to use my, well, hold on. I'm going to put my hunter's mark on the Sphinx.
Okay.
Okay. To use my action to
Range
try to
is
shoot
good.
an arrow at the Sphinx.
Oh man.
Oh, hell yeah.
Holy crap.
Fuck yeah.
Is that like that's like a double crit right there. Jesus Christ. 29 and
Right?
then a 12.
So it would be 24 plus 3, so 27 damage. The Sphinx is below its maximum, so since I'm a hunter, I deal an extra d8. So 4, so 31. I also have extra attacks. I'm gonna shoot another arrow. So 36 damage in total. And I think I did that right. If not, let me know.
You said 31 and then you did 5, so that should be 36, right? Is that what you said? 36?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah, I said 36.
not bad.
I just meant if I'm using my actions incorrectly, let me know. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think I did them all right.
No, that sounds right to me.
Okay, I'm just still learning a ranger, so.
So that's what that did. Do you want to describe it any?
Nero! Top 1 second. Yeah, so I hear all this commotion happening behind. And I ready my bow and I sprint up to the corner. And as I get to the corner, before I pull an arrow, I point at the Sphinx, saying, "I choose you," and then I pull 2 arrows and dual shot at the Sphinx. I'll let you decide where they hit.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's
they
all I
both
got.
fly true. The first one sailing straight through the air as it's kind of recovering from Thea's blast there, looks right as you would called it out and takes it in the throat, kind of on the side, and you just hear
Yeah.
and it's sticking out through the back of it, and the second one sticks in its flank at the bottom, digging deep. You can hear kind of a solid thud.
Oh, could it like could it like struggle in the air and like hit the obelisk, and like that's how it gets its extra 4 damage?
Yeah. So that's
It's like it trips, but like it's in the air.
Yeah.
So like it like trips and like hits the obelisk and like pushes an arrow in further, like the one on its flank.
And oddly, when it hits the obelisk, where it had supposedly started to melt away is what you had seen. So it seems to hit the obelisk, and the illusion disappears, and the full obelisk appears back. So it was not melting, it was an illusion.
Alright, at the end of my turn.
That is Shea's then. Maybe? Maybe?
Sorry. Thea? You said Shea?
Shea.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No worries.
I was listening. My phone died, and so I had my computer in the other room playing. I- So I am going to turn to the chicken and say, yeah, what'd you do? Get my brother out. That's not an answer. Ask you to get my brother out. What do you want?
Where's initiative? Oh, he just technically would have went just for you before you in the initiative. I would say that he's going at the same time, so he seems to understand what you say and disappears.
So I'm guessing there's like an obelisk right behind me, in front of me right now, because I
Yes.
can't see anything.
Yeah, it's kind of obscured because of the way that I created it, but it is basically right here. I'll show you guys after the fact, once some other things happen here, what it kind of looks like.
Okay.
Just from a top-down view.
So the chicken disappears. What would Shea do? Okay. So I will question. Me using my breath weapon to fly on down, does that count as a use of my breath weapon, or?
Oh, you meant... Well, you did rest. You did have a long rest inside
Okay.
of the obelisk. But
Okay,
it
that is true.
it was less of a propulsion into more of a... I thought that's where you were going with it, but anyways.
Well, no, I was just asking if
Yeah.
I do this feather fall with my breath weapon, do I use my breath weapon, or is this an additional?
I would say that it's an additional use because you're kind of using it in tandem with the sword. More so like, to describe what is happening is more of like, so have you ever tried to like light gas on fire with like one of those starters in the in science class where you have those like those flint and steels that are in those little cups and you're just gonna spark it, the sparkers, they're starters. You're using the sword that's already lit to kind of like, you're like breathing on it almost, and then it's just catching and you're using it as a breath weapon that way. So
Okay.
it's
So I would
but you'd have
almost
to
like to think of it as a like I'm standing on the sword and I'm lighting it and it is propelling me forward, but it's one of those things where you are elongating your fall by propelling, like you're like, and it goes, and like a electric flame kind of comes out the end. Does that make sense?
so you're standing on the sword like you said, but I think I understand what you're saying. Only that the sword itself is electric. That's where I was going with it. As opposed to like being able to actually you know how like when you break it, right? So if you broke off a piece of it, maybe that could work. But
I'll
like,
just do the electric slide. That's what I'm gonna call this as.
okay, so
Okay.
I can see what you're talking about because, like I'd said, if you were to break like a piece of it off gingerly without breaking the whole thing, because of the general idea generally behind it was that if you broke it, then it would be fully electric, right? It'd be like
Yes.
one electric whip, is what we were calling it basically. And then now, if you were to break off a piece of it and you wanted to stand on it, like you're saying, yeah, I could believe that.
Okay. I was trying to figure out whether if it was an umbrella-esque, but like me kind of like standing on it, almost like a witch's broom, is the one thing that
Maybe
kind
there's
of.
another way to do the umbrella, but I haven't thought of it because I mean it's of will. That's what the goddess was telling you when it comes to the sword. It can form different shapes with the electric, but the crystalline part is what you'd be able to stand on. Otherwise, you'd be standing on physically electric. Is what I was thinking.
Okay. So while I'm behind here, I'm gonna see, and I'm gonna cast True Strike. Which basically I have a 30 feet. I'm gonna like peek on over this obelisk. Yeah, I'm really close to this thing. I'm gonna peek on over to the obelisk, and I'm gonna cast True Strike on the Sphinx.
Mm-hmm.
But I go point my finger at the Sphinx,
Mm-hmm.
and I am able to get insight on the target's defenses.
On your next turn.
And I gain advantage on my first attack roll against the target.
Mm-hmm. I'm familiar with that one too. I like that spell.
It's a good cantrip.
Mm-hmm. Because you can use it at will.
Be even better if it was a bonus action, but
yeah, true.
oh, you texting?
Did I?
No, are you going to tell me the defenses?
Oh, I can tell.
Like,
Yeah,
the weaknesses and...
yeah. So that's where I guess I just assume it would be coming from the advantage. So when you're looking at the creature, though, you're kind of seeing the arrow sticking out of its neck currently, and you're like, I think I can use that to my advantage. Otherwise, I mean, there's general creature disadvantages being from underneath of it right now. I could probably strike at its underbelly. Looks a little soft.
Okay, so there isn't any... It doesn't have any, like, poison one... You know, like, sometimes so it's able to be hit by everything. It doesn't have any, what's the word I'm thinking of?
Weaknesses.
Yeah, weaknesses.
It doesn't that you can recall. It's not something that's like, no, it's not.
I mean, this isn't recall.
You're
this
right.
Is this is a spell that tells me everything.
Yeah, I understand. I understand, but that's where the advantage comes in for when you roll the next time. So you get 2 rolls of, and whatever's higher, then that's what you get to use to tell that you can strike it, basically. So you were aiming for one of those soft spots, is what I assumed. Otherwise, it has some awesome immunities to other things that you're aware of. One of which is being psychic. There aren't any other vulnerabilities that pop into mind when you're even casting that.
Okay. All right, and that's my turn.
Zeph?
How tall is this obelisk?
Trying to make sure that I made 10, 15, 20, about 20, 25 feet. 25, 30. Somewhere around that range.
Okay.
Resilience. That's the word I was looking for.
There are a lot of resilience and resistances for this particular creature, but... Anyways, what are you doing, Zeph?
Trying to figure out how I can get up there. I'm going to spend a key point and use Step of the Wind.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to use it to do the wings unfurled and get my draconic wings so that I can fly. And I'm going to fly up on top of the obelisk.
Mm-hmm.
And then I am going to, so that was like a bonus action. So for my main action, I am going to attack it with my quarterstaff. The 17 to hit.
Yep. That just hits.
The first attack, and then I'm gonna do my second attack with my staff as well. So that's 8 damage for the first one. Second one's a 24. And that's 9 damage on that one.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use, because you said it's like 20, 25, and I've 45 feet of flying. So I'm gonna use the remainder of my movement to fly back down. I don't really want to be stuck up here with this thing.
Are you aiming for anywhere or anything? Do you want to describe?
I'm I'm aiming straight for its face. Or just like, I'm gonna stay flying. I'm not gonna land. I'll just fly it and kind of hover in front of it and just wail on its face and then fly back down.
Okay. You strike the side of it. I guess those wings appear, obviously, and you flap up there, and you whack it on either side of its face at the same time from both sides, just with the dick and the or was that both the radiant? You used both.
That was both the radiant.
So you were using it two-handed, or were you?
No, I
striking
have
with it?
I get 2 attacks per action.
Oh, okay.
So I used it once and then attacked with it again.
Okay, so you weren't dual wielding. I got you.
Yeah.
In this particular instance, so you fly up there and then smack it up one side of the head and then catch it under the arrow, and there's more blood just dripping down its flank in the front of its chest, across its bare breasts, and down its torso into its fur. That is a vibrant red you can see starting to drip onto the obelisk, actually. Then it would be Zabib's turn.
I forgot about him.
And he's kind of hovering there next to you, or actually he's hovering next to your horse still, and he's like, I'm just gonna...
So do I have to be close to him to talk, like
No, you
real
can-
people, or can I telepathically communicate with him?
He's, as far as you can, you know that you've only talked to him verbally, so you could yell for him,
Okay.
but he's kind of just floating there.
So I just like look back at him and just like hold up my hand to signal like stay there, I got this.
Oh, okay. Like, gotcha.
Halt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't say anything. I just like turn around and put my hand up.
Then the gargoyle closest to Thea flies towards the Sphinx. And straight past it. Trying to bite and claw at it, but it kind of just barely lowers its ass and it flies over it. It'll be Meredith's turn, their Skull. I don't know if you telling Meredith to do anything necessarily, but
I'm probably just gonna have Meredith I'm just gonna yell at her. Well, would she understand?
you still have
stand?
is that concentration? I'm trying to remember. I haven't scrolled back that far yet. First,
Let me look real quick.
actually, I don't think you did send it to chat that last time. We've used it a couple times now, so
Yeah, I
know what
don't
you're
think
talking
I
about.
did send it to chat. Animals, communication, self. Duration's 10 minutes.
oh, okay. So no, 10 minutes is not completely passed at this point.
Alright, well then I'm just gonna shout to Meredith to just stay away from the battle and get to a safe location.
I want to hear your best horse noises. That's not part of the necessary for it to be cast, but
Let's see here. I don't know if I even. Let's just add this, I guess.
still thinking.
Sounds like this.
That works. And she just runs straight back down, following Thea's unnamed horse. And then it would be Idril's horse's turn, the war horse, also unnamed.
You get me a goat companion, I got you all day. I can do a good goat. Horse, never practiced one.
It's just, that's all, lower throat and a lot of, that's a good bit of screeching like you'd heard there, so I believe you.
Gotcha.
I believe in you. You can practice annoy Gab.
Hell yeah, I'm down for that.
But seeing the other horses run away, I would say it is scared currently. But I don't know if you're gonna try and yell towards it or what. I'm assuming the hand held out Idril was kind of towards Zabib and the horse, so the horse is also running away. But then,
Horse sees Zabib.
Hmm?
Does the horse see Zabib?
No, not that Zabib can tell, anyways.
Can. Well, I guess I wouldn't know, so never mind. Yeah, so however the horse interpreted, like, my hand signal. I mean, it's a war horse, so I don't think it would easily run away.
It was the last one to run away, so that sort of makes sense too. But it seems to be following your order as well as sticking with the other horses.
Okay, so kind of like goes halfway.
Yeah.
Works for me.
No, you're good. It looks like the last gargoyle flies towards the Sphinx, just across the top of it too, and bites at a portion of its wing, kind of getting some feathers in its mouth as it flies off. And then the Sphinx, enraged by that, just screeches again. And that was the best I got for that. I don't know what else a Sphinx would sound like other than a human voice. Where did it go? Seems to and the encounter is stopped.
No! My spell! You son of a...
And as that had happened to the chicken named Cat, out to the bottom of the obelisks with your brother, and he's grasping the rug in his hands with heavy labored breath that you were just realizing now, Shea, you're a little woozy because you must have been low on oxygen.
What are these gargoyles doing?
They, after seeing the Sphinx kind of poof, just fall straight to the ground where they are and turn back to solid stone.
Brother,
Well, damn.
we barely touched that thing, and it just disappeared.
It was scared of us.
Barely touched? Did you see the health bar on that thing?
No, I didn't.
I
Sorry.
didn't think so.
I was behind an obelisk. I couldn't see anything. I just saw its wing.
Just for a visual on that, I'm putting them back down there to show you where the health bar was at. There you go.
Oh man, yeah, we totally whipped that thing's ass.
Yeah. That's why she was like, fuck this.
Fuck this, I'm out.
What's what's the name of these things again? You keep saying them, I keep forgetting them.
Which is what things?
The evil things that just attacked us. The Naris.
You mean the neophytes?
Neophytes.
Those are the individuals that you're fighting. You know of, but as well as some that you probably don't know. But
Okay. Brother, we had the neophytes in our grasp, and they ran away because we almost got them. So let's go now.
and he's, they weren't. I wasn't a neophyte. I was I think I heard some of its cries. Was that a sphinx?
Yeah, I thought they were part of the neophytes.
Maybe they'd set a contract, but the neophytes are of order and destroying magic. As far as I know, that is a magical beast.
Sphinx said it had a contract before it flew with the obelisk.
It could have been with the neophytes. Then he kind of says under his breath, stroking his
Yep.
carpet.
Really fucked up.
I'm kind of concerned about these gargoyles.
Gargoyles? You mean the gargoyles of this pass?
Yeah.
Whoa, we're at the, He kind of looks around. We're at the obelisk pass. Anything fucks with the obelisk gets the gargoyles.
How do you get in there? How do you get in and out?
I didn't even know I was in the obelisk, to be honest with you. I didn't even know there was an inside.
Obelisk. If it has, well, it's the Sphinx was here. Was it here to destroy the obelisk? Obelisk. I can never. Obelisk.
Good enough. Obelisk.
Obelisk.
There you go.
Ah, right? It's all about the... Sometimes I have to move the words out.
Canter. Yeah.
Do you think that they were trying to take down the obelisk then?
The gargoyles? No.
No, the Sphinx.
Oh. No, it seems the Sphinx somehow knew it was a prison of some sorts.
Wonder why the chicken could get in and out.
Sphinx seems to know more about your lands than you two do.
Oh, snap.
Oh, shit.
Shade was thrown.
Can I do a little bit of breath weapon towards her? Just like a little zap.
A warning.
Like a healthy little zap.
It looks like she is behind your brother, behind Idril. So, and in between Zeph and your brother. So, you
I'm
can
like
kind of
peeking
see.
around the drill.
Yeah.
I'm like giving evil eyes then. I wonder if the chicken is like Manny. Or Al.
Chicken, not to change the topic, but Squall, you promised that chicken that you would send it back to Adune, and I'm not sure how you intend to do that.
Oh, he's just gonna hang out with us till we get back there. That's all. I hope he's not annoying.
Jesus.
You're gonna have to share your bread.
Yeah, I could maybe do that. The cats eat bread? I thought they ate, like, fish.
Have you not seen the videos of the cats stealing loaves of bread?
I can't say that I have.
You need to first off look it up. It's great. Cats get over obsessed. It's like cats that like grab onto pieces of pizza and then they're like hissing. They like are like holding a whole piece of pizza that's the same size as them. It's fantastic.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I guess I could share some bread with the cat. I begrudgingly hand the cat one loaf of my bread. That'll still leave me with 23.
It-
So
The chicken named Cat seems excited. Just
yes. Yes.
Have you ever seen it? Go for it.
Do you know how to get back to your kingdom from here?
you guys both, you and your brother, by you guys, both point, I would assume, straight east from this point. Up the path anyways. It's a little bit past the obelisk, but in that direction. So from this point, it would be northeast. A little bit.
After you, your majesty, and I bow sarcastically.
Still from behind Idril safely, it looks like.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
And the horses are still slightly galloping away.
I'm gonna go get Meredith. Ooh. I'm gonna ask the cat if he wants to ride on my horse.
You get the trail ends before your spell starts to end. Of horses,
What was that? Looks like I'm gonna have to, gonna go ahead and recast, Speak with Animals. So, I'll display it this time.
Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, it does the last only 10 minutes. Interesting.
Indeed.
It does
And
say...
it's
Go ahead.
it doesn't say on here. It's an at-will thing, so I don't know why it doesn't come through there.
Yeah, it says... oh, you mean it's a cantrip? Or... Because it says it's
Divination.
one action and verbal and
it's-
semantic.
It's a Eldritch invocation. So it has to do with part of my pact
Oh.
of being a warlock. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Mage Hand. That has to do with like Acid Splash, Mage Hands. No, Acid Splash, Spare the Dying, and Vicious Mockery. I have those. And that's because of a pact boon. I have it's part of my pact.
Kept thinking you were saying ass splash.
What's that?
Ass splash.
I thought you kept
Ass
saying ass splash. I was
Yeah, I
like,
hell
heard
yeah.
that too.
That's kind of... I mean, that could be where the acid comes from, so...
Hey man, you ever wonder why birds bathe so much?
Oof.
after Taco Bell, that's how I feel.
Leave Taco Bell out of this.
So you
Taco
said,
Bell is a double-edged sword at best.
you said you said too that you were going to go get Meredith. I don't know how you were going to do that in the scenario of this too, but I'm assuming you were casting that to some degree as you went to go grab the horses to...
Yeah, I heard the chicken, and I was just like, all right, speak with animals, and I wanted to ask the chicken before I went to go get my horse.
Oh, okay. So it looks like Zeph, you'd kind of come down to get the other horse, and some of them are following you back. Anyways, so yeah, you'd cast that to talk with the chicken. What did you say?
So, Cat, you want to ride on my horse? Keep up with us? I can't really take you. I just can't take you back to Adune right now. But, I'll make good on the promise. So if you stick with us, we're eventually going to get back to Adune.
Adune is with you already.
Man, I'm gonna be straight with you. I'm not sure what you're talking about. We had to get off of Adune to, traverse the land. So, but I mean, yeah.
Isn't in a small bottle?
Yep.
Is she?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
we
think
caught her.
Nime has her.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that. All right. Well, just stick with us, Cat. We'll take care of the Adune situation here shortly.
Was it Mime? Or was it?
That would
Idru?
make sense since she's the captain.
I thought so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So,
In that regards, too, then seems satiated because, chicken named Cat says, "Rock, I can't sense Adune anymore. It is odd. Normally, I can traverse the plains, as I've noted, and otherwise, I'd be right back on Adune. So I'll believe you on your word, Sir Squall."
all right there, Cat. Well, if you want, you're more than welcome to ride on my horse and travel with us until, we can take care of the Adune situation.
Absolutely, that's it.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna pick you up or anything. Oh, okay. You just did that. All right. All right. I'm gonna, glide over to Meredith and ask her, you all good? Did you get hurt or anything?
No, mistress. Master.
Good. This is. Bear with me here. This is gonna be confusing. This is Cat. I know he looks like a chicken. Just call him Cat. Whatever. Would you mind giving him a ride? He really helped us out, and so just could you let him ride on you? And we're gonna keep going to where we were going.
Has no problem.
All right. Thank you. I'm going to give her a loaf of bread as well. So, let's call us down to 22 loaves of bread.
Squall's bread pimp.
Dude. I don't have much in the way of
Currency, but bread.
currency. I think I've got like...
Sweet, sweet dough.
Yeah, right? Oh, it hurts. Yeah, I think I had some amount of copper. I don't know where that went, but so I know this game tracks your money. Oh, there it is. I have 10 pieces of gold in my name, a amber piece, a garnet, a ruby, and the 2 weird crystals from the crystal tower. So that's what Squall's packing in the way of currency.
And as for the horse situation, you guys all have your own horses, but did not bring one for Shea in this particular case. Presuming... Was there one even? I don't think there was another one. May have been one of those situations where you guys had purchased the horses too before Shea was there. Because I just grabbed all the ones that were out of the stall, basically. And put them on that map when you guys got to the, that thing. But your brother kind of gestures towards you, Shea, and says, There's room for one more on the carpet.
I'm good, man. I'm kind of pre-built for flying.
Oh,
Appreciate it though.
he kind of winks at you. We've got other plans for you. I was actually talking to my sister though, there, sir.
Ah, gotcha, man.
Just like old times.
And we'll meet back up with your friends then at the gates of Gargant, because they're not going to be able to fly those horses, is what I understand. I don't know if you want to tell them the situation there either, but I'm still pretty tired myself.
He said. He said again.
Oh, yeah. He'd said, they're not going to be able to fly their ways into the city, but, getting his voice back, that they're, on those horses there. So I guess we'll fly ahead, let them meet back up with them just before the city. I don't know if you want to tell them the situation there.
Hey, Josh, I lost everyone.
I thought so.
Again.
You froze real bad on my side. You were just sitting there drinking that Truly's like a boss. But
You were like, wow, she's really going for it.
she's
was like,
finishing
wait.
it. So
Hello? Hello? No one was answering. Cassidy was like gone. I wasn't sure what was going on. So I'm gonna need you to repeat that one more time.
yeah, no problem. Your brother turned to you and said, "Guess we'll meet back up with them just before the city. Their horses won't be able to fly in, you know. So I don't know if you want to tell him the situation there. He doesn't seem very keen on your friends yet. You're kind of picking up.
We'll definitely work something out. I have no doubt that we'll figure this is a good crew.
So you don't tell them
Did
anything?
I tell you Did I tell you that I'm trying to be a god?
Well, that's a new development. Sure you'll make Father happy with that.
Oh, fuck father.
Said every wench in
I
the
don't
city.
think I'll ever make him happy.
Said every wench in the city.
Jesus. You laughed way too hard at that one. He was like silent, and then he says like that. He's like, oh.
You could accept that as new news to Shea too, because it probably isn't news. It's probably news to your ears as a young daughter. It wasn't something he made you privy to, but
Yeah, that's true. He was around. He was drinking with the boys. Saturdays are for the boys.
The boys.
I figured that while we're walking, I would kind of generally discuss everything with the group.
Oh, okay. So
That
you're gonna say, like, tell your experiences up to this point, which everybody's heard, kind of verbatim what I was saying while you guys are traveling.
Yes.
Okay, that's fair.
And then I'm going to say, so I think that we need to figure out a way to fly into the city really high up and then dive bomb in, and then we can infiltrate the city and kind of surprise attack them. The neophytes.
We have some neophyte robes if you want to try and sneak in. That we've recently procured.
How'd you procure those?
We killed them.
Pretty classic. I don't know why I asked.
Guess who started the fight?
Her dick.
Them. They are who started the fight.
I don't think that's what happened, but okay.
What did they look like?
Dick. I don't remember.
Were they large floppy? You're talking to the person. You currently have a floppy dick on a staff.
I don't. They were rude, and they were trying to go back down to titty sprinkles and like cause some more problems. So I figured just nip this problem in the bud and
just
kill
result
him.
in murder.
Had any like identifying qualities outside of the red robes. There was just multiple of them, and yeah, they were trying to do something weird in Tiddlywinks. So
Oh, and we took their like Bibles, hymns, reading materials.
Oh, why do you give it to me?
okay, I'm fine with either plan, but I can fly. I don't know what the solution would be for everyone. Squall could fly. I don't know how we would do the rest of it.
How? No. Ooh, what about the cat chicken? It did that thing.
We had. What if we had a few fly over with half the red robes, and the other half of us walk to the gate with red robes, and then the people who flew over with the red robes can like escort us into the city.
Damn, that's actually a pretty fucking good plan.
Yeah, what if, like, because they wanted Shea, like, what if we use, like, you and your brother and,
As
like,
bait?
pretend, no, not as bait.
It sounds like bait.
No, like, we just say, like, we dress as the cultists because we don't have enough robes for everybody, and, like, they were after them to begin with, so if we just dress as, like, us dress as the cultists and then say that, like, we caught them.
Oh yeah,
Well,
like
they
a
can-
prisoner. Well, we could
Yeah,
but they can fly over on the magic carpet.
that's true.
But so if you guys want, I have a spell, a minor illusion that I could like hide out and cast. You know, me walking in with you guys. Or I also have suggestion.
Does anyone have disguise self?
Yeah, I do.
So you could just cast disguise self to look at like the robes. How many robes do we have? 5?
I don't know. That was kind of not my thing.
I know I have 1.
I think we each got one.
Yeah, we each had one.
So that works out perfectly. You guys all just walk in.
I still think we should have some people fly over to.
Oh, we are. Because
Okay.
it's going to be me and Donner.
Okay, cool.
You guys, like, is there like a small, like, what's left of your guys' like military or anything that you guys could fly in and like meet us at the gates?
I mean,
Like,
I could
fuck
check.
shit up, or
Oh, Josh, is my necklace fucked up?
So when you booped out of the obelisk, the piece that had been missing while you were inside of the obelisk kind of zink with no damage to yourself and just straight back into the necklace.
Okay, good. I mean, because we can go do that now and see what we can bring outside. If that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
Donner and I will fly in and then see who we can fly out with. I mean, are we going to be attacking this thing? I mean, I feel like we maybe need to assess. We need to do a sneak and assess the situation.
Well, then do you want, like, more people to go with you? Or just in case you run into trouble, like, inside the city? Or...
I mean, Thea can turn into a bird of some sorts and Squall can come with. So who's left? That's Mime, Idril,
myself and
you.
Idril.
So that's 3. So maybe Thea stays and it's just...
I can leave Gunther with them.
Can Gunther blink with people riding him?
I don't know. I don't think there's any specification of that, so I guess Josh would have to decide.
It would be per contact, yeah. So you'd seen
Okay.
Gunther with other things, and you're like, could probably work, you know, because he's had things and teleported, so I couldn't... we haven't tested with a living being, but I could see it working.
Because
Yeah.
then we could just, like...
He has to be
Gunther,
able to
like...
see the spot, though, 40 feet.
Oh, okay.
But that could still be helpful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 'cause, like, I mean, we have the cloak, so we could probably just walk through the front gate. I can disguise myself to make myself look like one of them. Like one of the ones maybe we killed or something.
Brosive,
Yes.
my bro.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Now, you said these things are camped
Oh, yeah.
outside.
Oh, yeah.
Are they, like, how large are the camps? Tell us where they're located. Would it be better to attack them from the outside, or would it be better to attack them from the inside?
So...
Or maybe both?
Perhaps it's better to show you than say. And you guys kind of clear the rise just before the last rise into Gargant with a bridge over the creek that you know that flows off into the estuary of the ocean. And you all kind of stop, obviously knowing that he says as well, after this bridge there is a god of sorts that is keeping the encampment entrenched here. I've heard tale and I've kind of gotten an overall view, and I can take one other than myself who I have to be on the carpet, which I assume to be you, little sis. Oh, frick. I know you're Little Earth, but yes, big sis. And
I punch him.
um,
That's a D4 damage.
Yeah, and frick, you still got the hard right arm though. But I can take you and we can kind of do a flyby if you want to give you an idea.
Yeah, let's do that, and let's do a flyby, and I'll come back and give you guys the deets.
Okay.
I
should
can
have a-
show you the world.
We should have a code word into our necklaces if something goes wrong.
Pineapple.
Is that your code word for something else?
No, I feel like
Okay.
that's a good code word for
Okay.
things that go wrong. I mean,
Don't want to get your code words mixed up, but okay.
easy there. Yeah.
That was a very fast and like quick response. It was a very fast response. Like it was used before.
I feel like
Right.
pineapple is.
I was
like
gonna
such a-
say umbrella.
right. Like I thought pineapple was like it was like a joke word they used in.
Yeah, I
Oh.
feel like it's in a movie or something.
Yeah, for sure. Or you could do cacao. If anyone watched Portlandia.
Could hoot like a barn owl.
Hoot, hoot, motherfucker.
Who,
Just
y'all,
say
who,
any one
y'all.
of those things, and we will be concerned.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a bit of a descriptor, but I'm going to fly you through. So are you on your screen? There she is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you kind of fly across the bridge, straight up across in the clouds, and you're seeing bits of this. But there is a pile of gore on the other side of the bridge with a individual
Should I
sitting at
move?
his campfire, and the road that
Oh.
goes through that you're used to. I'm moving you all because you don't have control of the brother in the carpet who is
Okay.
controlling the carpet. And he kind of takes you down the road, and he points off to either side above one of the cloud covers. This way is a larger encampment, and this way is another larger encampment, and then here is yet down this way is yet two more of these entrenched individuals, and he flies you over one of them. They've taken carts and they've encircled them around a spot that seems to be well camped and well stocked from the traders and merchants they've taken and killed. And he flies you off to the outskirts of their camp. But they've taken all of their corpses and just mutilated and mushed them together into these piles and set them to decay. There's birds that he punches as he goes by. It's just like a bald turkey buzzard. And then he flies off to this way. But there are 4 of these total. And then beyond that, in front of our own walls, they've taken all of their stolen. Let me see if I can get you there. That's another map, technically. What are you doing? Get it back over here.
I am looking, Josh. I was trying to evaluate what you were saying.
Yeah, you get a flyby. Trying to get you to the other map too. That's actually where they're encamped outside of the city walls. I'm just going to grab you because that's the easiest thing to do. You just have to imagine your brother in the carpet flying along.
Do you let me know?
If it loads, Where'd you go? There it is. Boop. And you guys come out through the mugginess of the slightly damper area before the city and fly through, seeing guards and such all about. Wow, this map is huge. I forgot. And then there is just these giant carts that they've stolen from people.
Are you moving me right now?
I am moving you. Can you not see until I drop you?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, interesting. Okay, so
Which is why I was moving myself, because I was like, I'm not doing anything right now.
that makes a lot
So
of
I
sense
thought-
now. I'll
Okay.
I'll go back so you can get a visual on that too. But there are some larger barricades at the main road still that you're remembering, and you're seeing good bits of the road broken up, and off to either side there are just what looks like war machines and just piles of discarded corpses off to either side of the road. And you fly up to the gates, and there is a battering ram, and he says, fuck. It looks like they've busted through into the main lobby, but the guards are still manning their post. They must not have made it through the full barricade. And he flies back. We must hurry back to your friends. I'll drop you in that and kind of drop you in a couple different spots of their camp that I was describing. But yep, so you were flying back in silence and with your brother. I don't know if you're saying anything to your friends.
Show you the world.
Too far.
Yes.
Are you moving me?
I am. I'm in the process of it, but that's why I was leaving that interlude there, because I was loading maps back and forth. But
Oh, you allowed me to be an interlude? I love it.
But yeah, so can you see now? Again?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what you'd flown over before was kind of this encampment of hustling, bustling camp of goods and elevated wagons that are acting as walls in a circle.
These are bad guys?
Mm-hmm. And
Okay.
you flew through one of them. He'd said there are 4 of them, one off in this direction, one off in this direction, and flown this way down the road, and one off in this direction, and one off in this direction.
Yeesh.
So there are a total of 4 of these entrenched campments that are thriving with these individuals and just corpses, basically, of piles of them.
And then there's like a ball of corpses
Mm-hmm.
blocking the bridge.
Yep.
Okay. So, it's so I convey this information. So basically, walking to there's 4 large encampments. It would be very hard to attack one without the other one noticing. And also, the city is currently being attacked as we speak, which is very nerve-wracking. And I'm wondering if we can't just do carpet rides back and forth to bring you all into the downtown of the city so we can protect, because it seems that they are getting through the barricades. Unless we do a big enough diversion that it'll cause them to back off the barricades. Now, there is some forest up on the north. I'm wondering if we can head up there.
And you're remembering, too, that this stream that the creek crosses actually heads south into some well-wooded areas that are of probably heavily magicked areas that they don't want to traverse, considering your... Well, you might not know the magic stuff, but there's some well-wooded areas to the south, is what you know, that lead directly into the city for the stream from your past.
Okay.
How many people do you think stand between us and the gate?
Oh, I'd say, hey Josh, my character is
Did
out
they...
of bounds.
Where the heck
I'm
did
not
you
really
go?
I'm
You went
not
up
really
there.
sure.
You were in a tree.
Oh.
There you are.
Oh, I like got into the tree? Okay. I was very confused. Okay. I'd say there's probably like 7 individuals in these camping. Each one of these camp things.
Is what you'd seen quickly in your passing, but there was motion of more, potentially.
Yeah. but that's like in each. So we're at like 74, and then there was additional 74. Did I say 70? 24 individuals. There's some hobgoblins. There's some kind of wolf creatures. A real collection of nasty things.
Okay. So when you're saying take carpet in and defend, how many people do you think would be fighting alongside us in that scenario?
Brother?
The last I checked, the guard was down to a count of 24 each watch, so if we manned a full watch, we'd be at least 49, 48. And maybe we could throw in some more from the city watch in general, too.
Yeah, I like those numbers. Do you have an apothecary, right?
Of course, you're talking about the guy you trained under?
Yes. I'm wondering, we could definitely make some bombs that we could drop. Yes.
I mean, I'm not versed in those ways, but that sounds logical. I'm surprised he hasn't thought about it himself. Maybe he's needed his muse.
Well, he's healing. He doesn't like to think about killing people, so...
Seems you've gotten some new experiences then.
Yeah, sadly. I've done very little healing. Maybe healing of the heart.
Killing.
By killing it. Now, Josh, I'm just speaking from bullshit. Like, is that something that I could potentially do?
I mean, I haven't led any avenues of that not happening, but I would say if you guys did do that, you would be in an area that I have not put people yet, because I did not think you would get that far.
Okay.
But I could at least act out what's going on when you guys land, and I know we are coming up on our 10 o'clock hour, so we could probably put you up, and I could say that this is taking you the latter half of the day to get here, and call it a long rest before attacking the next day.
Okay. I mean, I'm okay with putting a pause here, just because I have to get ready for a business trip tomorrow at like 5 a.m. So.
Well, I would, yeah, absolutely. I was saying too, I could just act out how you guys carpeted over if you wanted, but otherwise, if you wanted to do that, I mean, I didn't know what everybody's consensus was on what you were thinking to do.
Yeah, what are you guys thinking?
If
Maybe.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say maybe we should make camp like here, like in the woods, and like take turns with watch, and like maybe hope and wait for Mime to get here too. Because I don't want us to go in and like try to fight these guys, or like, you know, us infiltrate these camps, and then Mime walk up and not know what's going on.
And you see Shea's brother perk up and say, Mime sounds like an attractive individual. Who are we talking about here?
Oh, hell no. Keep it in your pants, Donner.
Ah, come on, sis. I'm just trying to help out. What do you need with your friend here?
Not helping out. Excuses.
Yeah, Mime definitely won't be able. If we all leave, they will not be able to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And knowing Mime, they will walk straight into 7
That's
camps of people.
Exactly what I was trying to get at. Yep.
Yeah.
They would just wave hello and walk on
Yeah.
by.
I could meditate for a little bit, get some spells back. But if that's what you guys think is best, I could also not do that.
Because I also think it would be beneficial if we went into this, like, fully charged.
If we're gonna
Yeah.
do that, let's try and be as hidden as possible.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, just to let you guys know, the spells I know are not of the warrior type. I am a healer, so.
And I myself could potentially go back and get your friend if that's. I think I'm picking up what you guys are laying down. Might take me better half of a day, but not the
we
full
could
day.
rest while you do that.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that, sis? I'll keep it in my pants, I promise.
Yes. As long as you keep it in your pants. I mean, Mime is a free individual. Whatever you like, brother. If that's the way you swing. Because Mime's right now we don't know the sex of Mime. Correct? All right. So I'm gonna kind of like, yeah. I didn't know you swung that way, brother.
Shit.
There's many things you don't know of me, he says as he flies away.
I mean, damn it. Trying to talk him out of. I guess I don't. I guess I don't.
I don't know how you guys want to go about setting up camp, but the sun is starting to set, so it is a bit dusky. Like I'd said, Shea, you're familiar of some wooded areas to the south. There's a little bit of wooded areas to the north, but also technically this map is oriented sort of wrong to the actual map of things, but that's what happens when you start creating.
Is there like a nature or survival check or something that I can make to try and find some kind of hidden or like undergrowth or like overhang or something?
So I would say that in general, same with travel, which I didn't do in this case because I knew where it was going to go, I figured, and I didn't want to interject too much into the actual story of things. This is that a survival check for long travel and resting like this or finding a place to rest is generally the key to things. So if you guys wanted to like search around or just roll all survival checks and say you were kind of looking at these different areas and found this spot, that would be the key, is survival check, to answer your question there, Cassidy/Thea.
I don't know if we're all rolling that. I got a 16.
I'll help look. I got a 15.
Okay. From those
I think
both,
I'm proficient in survival.
I would say.
Also,
Right.
Shea, I think that healing spells will be just as important as any combat spell when we get in there, because it sounds like it's going to be a bloodbath.
So
Agreed. But that's what I was kind of saying, is that I am the group's healer, and I'm going to be separated from you guys. And that makes me nervous.
Why are you going to be separated?
I thought I was going into the city.
Oh, I thought we were all going to go into the city.
But I think we're going about it from different directions. Like, some of us were going to try and, like, fake our way through the camps. And some of us were flying over.
Well, didn't someone mention, like, or whatever, Shea's sister or Shea's brother say something about flying a siege over the wall?
I mean, we could do that too. It's up to...
I just thought I heard say that, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
Apparently, I am not very smart in survival right now.
You're tired from the long journey north.
I'm a little tired.
Yeah. Zeph and...
Any spot is a good spot, right?
Yeah, you're like, anywhere that I can put my head and is comfy under a tree, maybe, I can kind of meld in no matter where I go. You guys be damned.
Right.
But,
Totally what you would do.
Thea and Zeph...
100%.
And Shea, even a little bit. Especially when it comes to this region, you're getting a bit of an advantage, so I'd say re-roll that survival.
Oh wait, are we in a forest?
We are. It is a bit
So
warmer and
I
almost
have
basically tropical, but it is a forest.
a thingy, I think.
I thought you did
I
too.
have a favored terrain. Natural sport. Oh, it's just if we're traveling.
Well, no, this would be traveling. You're traveling currently. You're not at home.
So I can find the doesn't slow the group, can't become lost except by magic. Remain alert even when engaging in another activity. When traveling alone, can stealthily move at normal pace. I can find twice as much food. And when tracking, I can learn their exact number, sizes, and how long ago they passed.
Okay. I thought it did give you advantage on checking, but it doesn't too much matter because the other friends of yours are noting that there was less traveling to the south. There was less people that have been to the south, as well as...
I did a little bit better.
Oh yeah, a lot better. And you're kind of confirming that with your abilities too, that it seems to be the south, following the stream river into Gargant. It's definitely the safest from a amount of people that have actually traveled that way.
Okay, I'm gonna jump in because I have to leave like now because I have to be up at 4 a.m. in the morning. Okay, so does someone have like rain or like the production of water?
I can, if we are sleeping, I can equip create water.
I would equip create water because I have electricity, so we could get all these motherfuckers in like one area flooded, and I can electrocute them. Thoughts to sleep on.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that you guys can't see me move. But
yeah, it's 10 gallons. I think Mime has it too, though. So,
okay. Or if there's any way that we could like create the river, like maybe we can block the river and it creates like a dam and it floods the area.
I also have tidal wave and I can make a wall of water.
And just to close out then, Shea, from your perspective, because you had been the only one that flew over, This is the stream here. You guys walked through some underbrush, which is here, and the bridge, which is up straight north from your position. And the encampments were straight east from this stream. A grand and wonderful thank you for those who took the time and made it here, to the end of the episode, where I know sometimes we are long-winded, and others we are just dead silent. I don't know what to tell you. This is raw here, folks. Please remember to like and subscribe, and you can help support us just by listening. But you can also provide even more support, if you like, by going to Anchor FM page and following the support link there. If you do so, I will personally work in an NPC or an idea, whatever you'd like to hear played out. If you want, you can get a hold of us through one of our many options, including voice messages on Anchor FM, or DM to our Twitter, or any other social media that you can find us, YouTube, etc. You can share your ideas, otherwise listen for the shout out and thank you for making it through.